How's the mood in the camp, and how's training been after what was a difficult evening on Monday night?
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, we were disappointed naturally with the result and everything that comes with it. So players were subdued and a bit down. Obviously, the night of the game, and then you sort of build yourself back up again. And training's been excellent. It's been the kind of reaction that I want, that we need. First, you got to feel it and think, okay, what could have gone better, what we should have done better, and everything. But then you need to pick yourself up and dust yourself down quickly and start looking forward to the next match. And so they've been going through that process, and training today, as an example, really sharp, really good, and yeah, ready to go again.
And how important has it been to watch that game back? Because it seemed like a very uncharacteristic performance from what we've expected this season, and particularly since the turn of the year as well.
Yeah, I think it was exactly how I felt on the night. I mean, I always analyse the matches back in detail to understand, get information from them, and but this one, it was exactly as I thought. We started the game really, really well. Exactly how I wanted us to start against them. They had no time to settle. We were on the front foot. We were creating that pressure, and then it was just a really, really sloppy goal. And then I think our own eagerness to sort of get back into the game, and we lost a little bit of structure in a few moments positionally. Then we conceded another soft goal, and it gave ourselves a lot to do. And I think they've got the confidence as a team this season to hang on to that sort of lead and have the nous to know how to hang on to it. So put us in a difficult position. Second half we started really well again, got a goal, and then obviously we suffer another sucker punch with another goal. So there was too many sloppy moments defensively. I didn't think we played forward enough, made enough forward runs, really put them under enough pressure, and that all came with the way the game was going. So definitely food for thought, definitely a disappointing night for us, not one we're used to. We did limit them, but they had 3 shots on goal, and they've scored all 3, and a couple of them were big chances. So we just have to hold our hands up on a night like that and say we didn't do enough. We've had a really good run of form up until the last couple of games, and this is what it's all about. It's not always going to be wins. It's sometimes going to be disappointing results. So it's how you cope with that defines you really as a player, as a team. That's what we have to do now.
And certainly since you've been at the club, when we have had setbacks or we've lost a couple of games in a row, we have had an ability to bounce back pretty quickly. So will you be looking for a response from your players this weekend? Yeah,
we've had a couple this season, a couple of little spells that have been dips for us, and we've always found our way back up again. So that's part of this league, that's part of the game. But yeah, this weekend away from home, we know every away game's a big test, but we've played Charlton a few times, we'll know what to expect. And yeah, as long as a game comes quickly, it doesn't really matter who it's against or where it is. You just want that opportunity to go again, and it's coming pretty quickly. And it's obviously the start of another 3-game week as well, so there is a few opportunities to try and bounce back properly now. Definitely, it's a good week for us. 3 games in sort of 7-day period, so lots of football there. We're in a pretty good position in terms of the squad. We haven't got lots of injuries or anything, so we're in good shape going into it. We should have energy for all 3 of the games, and yeah, we take it game by game, but we know that a lot can happen in a week. With 11 games to go, 8 points off the playoffs as it stands, how do you assess the situation as we're going into a crucial period now? What do you think we need from certainly these next games before the international break especially? Yeah, I think without putting a number on it, I think, as I've said to the players, we want to, in the simplest terms, we want to finish up as high as we possibly can. And the way we're going to do that is by very much process over outcome, just focusing on the next match. And it sounds boring, but it's as simple as it needs to be, and it's exactly the kind of approach I want from them. Because we don't know what other teams are going to do. What we need to do is just go for every game. I think by the international break, we'll have a more accurate picture of possibilities. So there's obviously 4 games between now and then there'll be obviously 7 to go after that. So we see where we are there, and we'll be able to draw more firmer conclusions around points and things like that. But I think for now, it's game by game and see where we go.
You mentioned the fitness availability of players. We're in a strong position. John Solis is obviously coming back into the squad from suspension. How important is it to have him back? Because it did seem like we did maybe miss his presence on Monday night.
Yeah, really good. I'm hoping the break would have done him good, although I'd have loved him for the game. But I think he's come in and played a lot, and unfortunately got suspended. But I think that might hopefully have done him good mentally and physically. So yeah, very important player since he's come in. I think he gives us a good presence in there. He's a good footballer as well. So it'll be a good one to get back.
Charlton obviously this weekend, a team battling at the lower half of the table to maintain their status in this division. So we're going to have to show all the ingredients that we did, in this unbeaten run that we had prior to the last two games, because it's going to be another physical battle up there. Yes,
it will be. I say we know them well. Effective at what they do. We've played them 4 times since I've been here as a manager. They've had the same manager obviously all that time as well. So we know style-wise that the game, what it's going to look like is pretty clear. And yeah, we have to be up for the fight. You've got to, at these places, you've got to be up for and win the fight before you start playing the football. And that's the kind of mentality we need for this match.
And it was the home of your first win as Birmingham City boss as well. And this weekend is your 100th game in charge of the club. So how much are you looking forward to that, and how proud a moment is that for you?
Well, it's a hugely proud moment. I think the Valley was the place I won my first match as a football manager, and I lost my first match as a football manager because I lost in the league on, I think, my 8th game as a manager. So I felt those emotions, if you like, for the very first time there. So it's pretty ironic that I'm going back for my 100th match. But I think to get 100 games as a manager it seems quite small compared to some people that've got 1,000 games, but it means a lot to me, and to be manager of a big club like Birmingham City, it means even more. So it's been a wonderful time since I've been here so far. I'm very proud of every one of those 100 games. I'm extremely proud to lead this club, manage this club, and I feel that responsibility greatly. And yeah, it's definitely, I never want to try and make anything about me, but it's definitely a milestone, I would say that.
Just finally, Chris, just sort of slightly off topic, the EFL announced today that the Championship playoffs are going to expand from 4 teams to 6 starting next season. Just your thoughts on that, and as a team who are obviously trying to push for the Premier League as well.
Yeah, my thoughts are, could they make it this season? Would be the first thing. No, I think I'm open to it. I'm not there's not a big clamour for it in my mind, or I'm not against it. I think it opens the league right up. I think it gives more teams a chance. It will make the Championship even more interesting than it currently is. So I think no harm done, really. I'm sure there'll be people that maybe are against it, whatever, but I don't see any harm in it. I think it opens it up really well, and a lot of teams will fancy themselves to get into the Premier League if they can finish 8th, obviously. So yeah, I think it's a positive step.
Thank you.